Intercontinental Cup final after a dramatic win on penalties against Mexico. Well, the Nigerian lineup has been announced to the crowd, and it is Rufai, Eguavorian, Iroa, Okajokwu, Adepoju, Okocha, Amuniki, Siasa, Amakachi, Ekoku and Okafor. Here's the Argentine lineup. Remember, they're now being coached by Daniel Alberto Passarella, a real disciplinarian who's gone for home-based players with the exception of Batistuta. Here's the Nigerian side, and they'll be really looking to try and fly the flag of African football here. Remember the statistics of this game as we run through for you the Argentine side. Carlos Bossio in goal, the captain. Ayala at 2, Chamot, Zanetti, Perez, Fabbri, Ortega, Escudero, Batistuta, Rambert and Bassedas. Christian Bassedas there, number 20, sure to be an influential player in the midfield, plays for Vélez Sarsfield. Here's Nigeria, confirmation: Rufai, Eguavon, Iroru, further down at Adepoju, Okocha, Amuniki and Amukachi, two very important players for them. Siasa, who scored the goal against Argentina in Boston. Our official from the United Arab Emirates, Ali Bujsaim. And tense moments here before we get underway as Peter Rufai, who plays for Farense in Portugal, kept 3 clean sheets in the 5 games during the African Nations Champions final. Nigeria do have a good support here in a rather disappointing crowd in the King Fahd Stadium, it's got to be said. By no means a capacity attendance for this one. José Chamot, born in Rosario, plays for Lazio in Italy. So Nigeria against Argentina from Riyadh in Saudi Arabia. The statistics rather more simple here than the game that we've just seen between Denmark and Mexico. Nigeria have to win to play Denmark in the final. For Argentina, a draw will suffice. Sebastián Rambert, who scored the first goal of the new Passarella era against Chile. They've yet to concede a goal, which is ominous for Nigeria, who are about to get us underway. Daniel Amakachi plays for English Premiership side Everton. And Amuniki, what a fine player he is. He was just pipped, incidentally, by George Weah for the African Footballer of the Year, in which Nigeria had 5 in the top 11. They've clearly been the dominant force in African soccer over the last 12 months, that's for sure. A match that's really been looked forward to by both countries. Certainly it's a chance for Nigeria to gain revenge, and it's the biggest test so far for the new man in charge at the helm of Argentine football, Daniel Alberto Passarella. He replaced Alfio Basile as coach of the national side after the World Cup finals. He played 15 seasons in Argentina at River Plate, where he won 7 titles, so he knows plenty about Argentine football. 71 full international caps, 2 World Cups he played at in 78 and 82, and only a stomach infection ruined his chances of being involved in 86. Rambert, who plays for Independiente, scored in the 5-1 win over Japan, which was enough to give Argentina this advantage of only needing a draw here. somehow don't think they'll play for it. I think they'll try and win the game outright. Samson Siasia, who, as we've already seen, not only scored in that game in Boston in the World Cup finals, but also grabbed a goal. Has away come Argentina, looking to try and break down a Nigerian defence, which one has to say is suspect and appears to be the major weak link of an otherwise very attractive unit. I certainly get the feeling here that the first 20 minutes are going to be fascinating. Argentina, with this completely new side, the experience of Chamot, of Batistuta and Ortega, along with a lot of players who haven't played at this type of level, and it's a really fascinating test for them. Here's Zanetti, and he's done well, but he drilled the cross in, and the disappointment from Batistuta was there to be seen. Zanetti, who's playing on the right-hand side of midfield, only 21, and he drilled that in. And certainly a lot's going to be learned from this 90 minutes for Passarella, because it's the first major test. As I said, they've played 4 games so far without conceding a goal under his new regime. And there's Ortega, and he's certainly one of the stars. Plays for River Plate. Made his international debut against Morocco, another African side, in the 3-1 win back in April. Here's Batistuta. Again, Argentina wanting to come through on the right-hand side, but Adipoju intercepts, and a first touch for Amakachi, who's likely to be an important figure. Okocha, a little bit frenetic, some of the first touches from Nigeria so far, but they've got a chance to break here, and Okocha tries one, and Bossio, the Estudiantes goalkeeper, who'd only played a handful of games, even for Estudiantes, who are now a second division club, haven't really found the form that they showed 20-30 years ago, when in fact they were the side that beat Manchester United in the World Club Championship final. They've had far leaner days since then. Bossio's their keeper, and he'd only played some 25 games before he got the international call-up. Big surprise to the Argentine media, that one. Certainly a lively start there for Okocha to want to go for goal so early. We played 4 minutes in Riyadh. This is the King Fahd Stadium in the Intercontinental Cup. What really now is a semi-final, because Japan are out of it. So these two battling for a place to play Denmark in the final, which will be Friday at 6 o'clock Central European time, 5 o'clock in the UK, and is live on Eurosport. Ali Bujsaim from the United Arab Emirates is the man in charge. Argentina attacking the goal away to our right in this first half. But Nigeria have had the best chance so far. Aguilera. Amakachi making a run in the centre. And again, fine play that from Ekoku, but the quality of the pass wasn't as good as the turn. Okocha is an important member of Amadou Shabu's side. He took over from Clemens Westerhoff after the World Cup final, so both these countries have changed their coach since the World Cup finals. As Argentina come forward again, Batistuta's got goal side here, but Rufai was out quickly, and he had to be as well. Well, Batistuta already scored twice in the championship and has a phenomenal scoring record this season for his club. Fiorentina in Italy had a great chance, but it's drilled wide. So immediately it was a Kocher again who got into the area. Argentina only need a draw then to progress through to the final of the Intercontinental Cup, a trophy that they won in its inaugural final 2 years ago, beating the host nation Saudi Arabia in the final. After also beating the African champions Ivory Coast in the first round by 4-0. Big test this for African soccer in general. How Nigeria have progressed really will be determined by their result here against a very competent and side for the future in Argentina. They have completely changed their philosophy now under their new coach. And Passarella is a disciplinarian, as I said, who's demanded from his players that they have their hair cut to a maximum height as well. It certainly might affect Canija if he wants to get back into the team at any stage, as they break forward again here. And Batistuta, well, he never really caught hold of it, but it will have to be, from his point of view, a golden chance that stopped the shot a little bit, but it was Argentina's best chance so far. Away goes a Kocher for Nigeria. That's a fair-looking ball, and the header's just wide from Amaka Ekoku. But it was Ekoku who got there. Efan Ekoku with a clear header, and that will be warning signs. And it was only inches wide. Ekoku, who really impressed many in his spell at Norwich, now playing for another Premiership club in Britain, Wimbledon of London. And he was so close there with a fine header. It was a great run he made. And Batistuta at one end and Ekoku at the other. He was actually born in Manchester in England, Ekoku. Now 27 years of age. So still no goals, but already we've had 3 what I would describe as category 1 chances. And certainly a warning to Argentina there with the header from Ekoku. This match will be particularly memorable, I would think, for number 2, Agustin Ekuban, who many felt was lucky to stay on the field, as Batistuta was in the centre waiting there for Fabbri. I was saying Ekuban was very lucky not to have seen red, when in the end it was Sunday Olicia who got the yellow card, when a double yellow would have meant that Ekuban saw red, so he must feel very relieved. Rufai with the long clearance, headed back by Zanetti. Certainly Nigeria have made an encouraging start, even though they have once or twice been caught square in the opening 10 minutes. They have created chances, and that'll be something that will encourage the Nigerians to go further forward. But remember, Argentina do only need a draw, so it's going to be very tough for Nigeria. They might have to change their game plan. And even if they were to get in front, they're not the sort of side you'd fancy to be playing to hold on to a 1-goal lead. But 12 minutes played here, and we've no goals so far in what's turning out to be a very interesting battle indeed. Chamot for Argentina. Began his career with Rosario Central. When he went to Italy, he began for Pisa and made his debut against Sampdoria. And he went to Foggia, and now in Lazio. So the first corner of the match to be taken by Ortega. And this one's floated dangerously. Rufai had to punch that one over, two-handed as well, because that was creeping in. Those are very difficult corners for goalkeepers to handle. He's asking for his defence to calm down. And it was a dangerous floating corner, this, and that would have certainly put pressure on Iroya, if not crept in, had Rufai not dealt with it. So corner number 2 then. Again, a floater, but not properly cleared and drilled in by Hugo Perez, but Nigeria can come on the break. Remember, they did take the lead in Boston in the match in the World Cup finals through Siasa, only to go down 2-1 with 2 from Claudio Caniggia, who isn't playing. Late challenge there by Siasa on Ortega. Nigeria must be very, very wary of here. That's a goal kick. Well, the first quarter of an hour has provided us excellent entertainment here without a goal. Alarm bells really at both sides. And there's the Nigerian bench. They've opted to have 6 on the bench and permanently 3 from them if they need them. Argentina have the whole squad on the bench in the event of any substitutions. The rules for this competition slightly different. In fact, they were very confusing for the previous match. Argentina 0, Nigeria 0 in Riyadh. A place in the final against Denmark in the Intercontinental Cup. The prize for the winner, or in the event of a draw, for Argentina. Here's Bassedas from Vélez Sarsfield, penalised. Plays in midfield, only 21. Did play against Milan in the Toyota Cup final, the World Club Championship, in which Vélez Sarsfield of Argentina beat Milan of Italy. And Waniki, as I said, runner-up in the African Player of the Year award, which was announced today by the European and Paris-based magazine France Football. Georges Weah of Paris Saint-Germain won it for the 2nd time. Escudero. And again Escudero, but this time the challenge was a tough one from Adepoju. Away comes Chamot now. It's Argentina try and break, but Ecuador realised that was drifting out of play and there was no danger to it. So Nigeria have a throw. Just joined us to remind you that Denmark are through to the final of the Intercontinental Cup, having won a penalty shootout after a 1-1 draw. They got a very late equaliser after Mexico looked to have won the game with a goal from Luis Garcia, but it was a defensive error from Denmark that had let in Garcia, and one man in particular who I'm sure will be very relieved is the goalkeeper. After a headed clearance went straight to Garcia, but here we are in the same stadium with Argentina and Nigeria battling for a place in the final. And it's a free kick to Nigeria. Already they've had two good chances. Okocha and a header from Koku that was just wide. And the warning signs are there for Argentina, who haven't yet conceded more than one goal. Remember, their first goal conceded under their new manager came from the free kick by Japan when they won 5-1. So just the one goal conceded, but that would be enough for Nigeria if they could keep a clean sheet. Amakachi, who scored a great goal against Japan, as Batistuta has his say. And I think the problem here is a cut to Ayala. Championship winning medals. Here comes the drive from outside the box that bounced awkwardly for Bossio, and Adepoju, very adept at those situations, wins Nigeria their first corner. Well, from their first corner in their first game against Japan, they managed to take the lead. It was a defensive error from Japan that led in Siasa. Well, here's Amuniki to float in the corner, and Amakachi gets up, and it's another corner. Well, a big man Amakachi was there worrying Bossio. Good little spell for Nigeria. Still 0-0. Amuniki floated in. Again, it was aimed for Amakachi, and it's half cleared by Ortega for Argentina. Nigeria have won possession back, and Amuniki drills in the cross this time. It's comfortably read this time by Fabbri, but he makes an error, and Nigeria can press again. The African nation champions, beating Zambia in the final to win that competition. Still 0-0 here, 20 minutes played. But Nigeria are certainly holding their own here, and this is a big test for Argentina. Okafor. Okocha. And Batistuta went in and won the challenge well. Okafor again, though, for Nigeria. This is Amakachi. Still Amakachi. It's a fine run. The challenge from Zanetti. But it was Amakachi who was penalised. 6 of one and half a dozen of the other initially, but then Amakachi, when he felt he'd lost it, did kick out at Zanetti. So still 0-0 as we approach the halfway point of this first half. A really fascinating scrap here. Iroha with the throw. This is Amakachi, and trying to release Okocha. Free kick. 2 in the wall. Zanetti 4, Ortega 7. Okocha to take it. He's drilled it over the bar. We've got a feeling those are wasted unless you have somebody with the power of Koeman. They're going to get much more value out of using their aerial presence, as we've already seen. Their best chances so far have come with the Koku header, and when Amakachi went in using his physical presence at the near post from the Amuniki corner. Nigeria 0, Argentina then 0 in the match that will decide who plays Denmark in the final here of the Intercontinental Cup. Best chances so far coming for the African Nations champions, although Batistuta did have a golden chance to give Argentina the lead, but by his standards, miscued. Daniel Passarella will be anxious that his side comes through this test, and they'll be facing, if they get through, Denmark in the final. That was handball against Fabbri, who's one of the Boca Junior representatives, and well, there was no doubt about that, even though I don't think he could have got out of the way. So Carlos Bossio trying to mastermind the situation. Well, we know Amakachi can strike one from that sort of range, but just wonder whether Okocha is going to have the initial effort. It might be one that's combined. 10 is Okocha. Far side there is Amakachi, and it's being teed up for Okocha. Well, he's getting closer. He was 5 yards over with the first one, and there was a lot more power in that effort. Had that been on target, Bossio would have been struggling. He was getting there. Maybe his next long-range shot can find the target. He did have that one early in the match that certainly made Bossio look uncomfortable, and perhaps that's been the tactics from Amadou Shabu to try and put pressure on this inexperienced international keeper, Carlos Bossio, only a youngster, 21 years of age. Quite tall and maybe vulnerable, particularly to the lower shots. Big surprise when he was included in the national side, as I say. Well, Nigeria are having much the better of things in the last 15 minutes after making a slightly nervous start. Amakachi goes through. Here's Daniel Amakachi, and there was a question mark against the goalkeeper. He did get down, and a free kick. Well, here was Amakachi, went through. Now it looked like he might have been held off there by Zanetti, and you can see that Bossio really struggled to get down, and here is the instant where Argentina bench. Still no goals, but encouraging signs for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. They haven't broken through yet, but they're certainly playing an aggressive and an attacking formation. And here's a chance now. They look for the penalty, not given. It would have been a harsh decision. That's taken a deflection, and it'll drift out of play for a corner. Adepoju again, dangerous. Nigeria having a fine spell. This will test Argentina. Well, here was the possible penalty instant, and looking at it from that angle, Fabbri may have been late. Anyway, corner it is, number 3 for Nigeria. Amuniki drills it to the far post, and it's a goal kick. Arcing away there. Again looking for one of the bigger men. He's brought in by Passarella. He only played around about 25 matches for his club, Estudiantes. Rufai clears, and it's gone fairly high and drifts out of play. I think Nigeria must score first here, because otherwise it's going to be very hard to see them scoring 2 and coming through and winning the game. But the longer it's 0-0, the more anxious Argentina might become, and there's no doubt that Nigeria do have many great attacking players, flair players as well. You just wonder about them defensively, and they may be a little naive in certain respects, but they're a team not to be taken too lightly, as Argentina since the first 10 minutes have shown very little. Amuniki, who loves to run with the ball, and this time he may have run a little bit too far. Hugo Perez from Independiente picks up possession. Argentina looking to try and break through the Nigerian defence. And the way Nigeria are playing at the moment, it's almost a 5-1-4 formation. The midfield seems to have been almost totally eroded, and they're losing a lot of those battles, but they have got plenty of runners up front. Match that will decide who plays Denmark in the final. Argentina have a free kick, and it's been taken by Escudero. Marcelo Escudero drills it into the penalty area, only half cleared, and Nigeria give away another free kick. It was a challenge on Hugo Perez that the Bujsaim didn't like. Well, Batistuta wants to instigate everything from this sort of range. Actually born in the province of Santa Fe in Ortega. He's a striker who's in prolific form. Half an hour played. Rufai only had to make the one save, and Nigeria have more than held their own so far. We await the opening goal though. Batistuta straight into the makeshift wall. But if they are going to score, he's surely odds on to be involved, if not to score the opening goal for them. He seems to be so hot at the moment. It's a Nigerian throw on halfway. The onus very much on them to keep attacking because of the fact that they need to win the game. Ekavan with the throw then as Nigeria build from the back. Okechuchu, Iroya, Okechuchu. Nigeria is slowing things down, wanting to try and play the game at their pace, but that'll suit Argentina all day. They'll just wait on a mistake, and here comes one, Batistuta. And he was rather unlucky not to get the free kick there. There was a lot of holding, and very little of it was being done by the Argentine player. But here comes Okocha. And again. Rather lucky there, I think, Nigeria, to get away with that, but they'll play by their luck, and they've got a free kick here, forehand ball, right. And he made his debut in that game against Australia that was the playoff for the World Cup, which Argentina came through over two legs to secure their place in the final. It really was as dramatic as that. He was actually included in the squad but didn't play in the World Cup finals. So Nigeria have a chance to come forward again. Chamot. It's a long deep throw headed on, and really no danger here for Carlos Bossio. Still 0-0 then in Riyadh. Argentina and Nigeria battling for a place to face Denmark in Friday's final. Amakachi has looking for the return. Bassedas read that well. Does look a really good prospect, Bassedas. Saw him in those Van der Sarsfield games that led up to the Toyota Cup final, and he really was a key member in midfield of that Van der Sarsfield side, and one who caught the eye and has gained international recognition not before time, and is certain to play a major part, I think, in the new Argentine side that we're seeing here. I'm sure many of you, for the first time, unless you saw the Japan match, this is a much clearer test of how far they've progressed. And there is Bassedas, 21, key midfield player. As away come Argentina on one of the few counter-attacks that they provided. They started very well, but haven't really been in the match in the last 20 minutes. It's been Nigeria who've created the openings, and rather unlucky, I think, not to be in front at this stage. But it's 0-0. Just wonders how much Argentina have got in reserve, because I've got a feeling here that this is 100% commitment and everything that Nigeria can throw, but Argentina do seem to be playing very laid back. Whether or not it's the confidence in Passarella's management, as Amuniki tries his luck, looking for his second goal of the championship. Nigeria 0, Argentina then 0. Denmark await the winners, or in the event of a draw, Argentina in Friday's final. Free kick quickly taken by Ortega. Here's Batistuta. And that was a great challenge, but Argentina still go through. Chamot, he's in there and he's gone away for a corner. Okafor did well. Chamot thought he'd got goal side. Final touch. That was good defensive play from Nigeria, something we haven't seen from them in previous matches. They seem to have been a lot weaker defensively than some of their counterparts, but have relied on this attacking, aggressive style which won them the African Nations Cup. Argentina trying to get themselves in front before the break, and Batistuta, it's a drive and it's taken a deflection, and Rufai holds on to it. Ortega coming more and more into the game. That was going wide, but I think may have taken a deflection, so Rufai wanting to save the corner. Siasa. That was a challenge of typical Argentine determination by Fabbri. He made no bones about going in hard, but Nigeria coming forward again, looking to try and create something, and they've won another corner. And there's a slight injury problem, I think, to Siasa. It is Siasa who's going to need just a little bit of attention, but with the corner to come, the recovery is instantly quicker. Namaniki again will be the instigator from the corner kick. Amakachi surely the man to aim for. Here he is! Off the line, but illegally as well, I think. A bit of pushing from Daniel Amakachi. Well, it was a great corner, this, from Amuniki. Really drilled into the danger area. And, well, once again, I feel goalkeepers get a lot of protection. And in the end, it was Zanetti who was on the line. Bossio, though, can't feel happy when challenged like that from Amakachi. I thought that was a very harsh decision against Amakachi, seeing the replay. And it's certainly a danger area where Bossio really feels uncomfortable. Fine corner from Amaniki, and Amakachi did well. Adepoju, the player, to take a tumble here. And it was a clash of heads, and with Batistuta, that's overawed here. It's an encouraging first 45 minutes so far, with 5 minutes to half-time for Nigeria. But they do need to get a goal in this match to get to the final. No free kick there, Siasa making the most of it. I wouldn't think Daniel Passarella will be over-impressed by his side's first 45 minutes. They're playing a very dangerous game, Argentina, if they have indeed gone to try and settle for a draw, but they are only being shown as an attacking force in sporadic moments, as the cross comes in from Zanetti and it's easily cleared. Nigeria have certainly shown the initiative here, and it's still 0-0. Free kick though, Aurora on Ortega. As the defence, as the free kick floated towards Batistuta, who was illegally pushing. In fact, it was Fabbri up there as well. Those two have offered the most up front that we've seen. Batistuta in the traditional striker's role. Nestor Fabbri, who plays for Boca Juniors. As we come towards the closing stage of the first half, in which Nigeria can take a lot of heart from the way they've performed. But the big question is, can they get a goal in front that would really change the whole context of the match? In a way, Nigeria would like to play the same way they're playing at the moment and score as late as possible, because I'm not over-convinced they'd be the same side trying to hang on to a lead. However, the second half is sure to answer all those questions and be very interesting. As long as it stays 0-0 or 1-0 to Nigeria, if they were to get in front, this game is on a knife edge. If Argentina score, it's going to be very tough for Nigeria to get to. But at the moment, though, they're holding off everything that Argentina have thrown at them, and a bit more. Now Amakachi in the centre. He was waiting for it, just didn't go for him. Aurora goes in here, Ortega. And he went in fully committed there. Still 0-0. And still everything to play for. Remember though, if it remained 0-0 after 90 minutes, it would be Argentina who would be in Friday's final. Here's Batistuta. And away goes Escudero. Oh, great challenge coming in. That was fine. Aggressive defensive play. Argentina, in stoppage time, suddenly picked it up a bit. Ortega to take it, floated in. Ortega again. Amakachi. Another sliding challenge. That was super play. Ortega puts in an early cross, and it'll be another throw. Well, there has been one or two moments could allow us for a bit of stoppage time, but not so much. Ali Bujsaim from the United Arab Emirates checked with the two linesmen. It's a goal kick now. But this will be a first half that Nigeria will come out with more credit. But Argentina will know if they can keep them out for 45 minutes, they'll be through to the final. £1 million at stake for the winners of this Intercontinental Cup. Into the second minute of stoppage time. Nigeria have a throw on halfway. One more chance maybe for them. Iroya. And away from Argentina in the closing stages. It was Chamot who got there. But so did Okafor. Free kick to Nigeria, and that should be half-time. 0. And Nigeria coming out with a bit more credit, I feel, than Argentina out of that. In Riyadh, in the King Fahd Stadium, we're about to get underway then for the second half. A second half that will decide who plays in the final against Denmark on Friday. Ortega, immediately a free kick to Nigeria, who I would imagine will play in a similar vein to what we saw in that first half and try and get the breakthrough, which would give them the advantage and force Argentina to try and search for the equaliser. Argentina had very few chances in that first 45 minutes. Chamot leaving it through for Bossio. Well, in this Nigerian side is Emmanuel Amunike, who was runner-up in the African Player of the Year award that was officially given to George Weah. The ceremony in Senegal, and Weah winning the award for the second year running. Amunike runner-up, but apparently given a separate African Player of the Year award a fortnight ago. So maybe there may be more than one African Player of the Year, but the France Football recognised award went to Weah with Amunike second. But no disrespect to Amunike's a fine year. Rambert with a cross then. And a slight suspicion of handball, but the throw-in goes Nigeria's way. Bassedas with just 3 caps, plays for Vélez Sarsfield, the World Club Champions, and the surprising winners of that competition, really. Unconsidered outsiders at the start. He beat the mighty AC Milan of Europe in the final. Here's Chamot, and he's got a lot of space here and some support. Nigeria, though, had 5 men back. They weren't afraid to give space wide on the left-hand side to Ortega. And here he is again now. This time, busy little run. Batistuta was the player he was aiming for in the centre. Most of these 50-50 balls have gone the way of the Africans. It's still 0-0. Siasia for Nigeria. Rode the first and the second challenge. Touch from Efenakoku. Here's Amunike. Chamot with him, but Amuniki's kept it in. Daniel Amakachi with the covering defender Hugo Perez. It's tight, and it's a match that could still go either way here. Adepoju. Siasia. Amakachi. No power in the shot. Can unruffle a goalkeeper, especially one with not so much experience, which applies to Bossio. Free kick to Nigeria. The challenge by Sebastián Rambert, who we didn't see as much of in the first half as I anticipated. He was in great form against Japan. Still, we await the opening goal here, and it's one of those matches where the opening goal is doubly significant, I feel. Ortega. Oh, he's done well. He's done brilliant. He's inside the penalty area now, but the quality of the final pass didn't match the skills that he showed before. Siasia picks up possession then for Nigeria. Still 0-0 in Riyadh in the Intercontinental Cup. Denmark await the winners, or in the event of a draw, Argentina. Okachukwu. Here's Zanetti for Argentina. Batistuta, don't give him too much room. Still Batistuta. Good covering challenge there by Okachukwu. Free kick to Nigeria. José Chamot plays in Lazio for Italy. 5 minutes gone in the second half. Still 0-0, and this match could still go either way. But Nigeria need to score. Argentina don't. Siasia. Adepoju. Little flick, but it was too elaborate. Easily cleared from Escudero. Lively start though to the second half. Here's the danger man though for Nigeria. Don't give him an inch, Batistuta, because he will take full advantage. Iroha could be on honeymoon, but decided to represent his country here in Riyadh. And come the weekend, we'll know whether he made the right decision. £1 million, remember, the prize for the winning team, and for a football nation like Nigeria, that will be very useful money indeed. On the chase goes Amakachi, couldn't keep it in. Feeling comfortable, and although Nigeria have had a lot of chances, they've been pretty well controlled by Argentina, who have looked comfortable and certainly appearing to feel comfortable in the style they're playing. But it's a dangerous game, and Nigeria could yet come out winners here. Siasia is fouled. The dangerous Batistuta. He's done well here. Now, can he find a good quality cross towards the edge of the penalty area? Well, Amakachi was in there looking for it. Adepoju. Still 0-0. Rufai comes out and clears. That's a huge clearance. Hangs in the air as up comes Chamot. And Ortega. Away come Nigeria. They know that they have to score, and Argentina can be penetrated. It took a deflection. Koch's shot there, really losing all pace, and Bossio having no problem in collecting it. Adepoju again for Nigeria, who try and come forward. Amakachi there with Ayala. That's a great battle. Play on, Amakachi. Still Amakachi. It's a fine run. Still Amakachi. And he'll be looking for the return there. And Kocha rather delayed, but Rambert picks it up for Argentina. Well, certainly they look to gain the free kick, and Ortega there. Nigerian captain is goalkeeper Peter Rufai, who left Dutch club Go Ahead Eagles last season, shortly before the African Nations Cup. Amoniki is penalised. Still 0-0 between Nigeria and Argentina. We're in the second half of this Intercontinental Cup tie, with Denmark awaiting the winners, or Argentina if it remains 0-0. Adepoju with Ortega covering defender. Amoniki, it's good skills from Amoniki, and you can see why he's such a highly rated player. His commitment and his work rate's been first class in both the matches here, and here he goes again. He has got that magic touch as well. Amoniki, it's taken a deflection. Well, Bossio able to read the situation, but Amoniki just could be the one man who could use a bit of wizardry to create an opening here. Argentina 0, Nigeria 0 it remains. A result that would be good enough for the South Americans. Ortega. Here's Zanetti. Ortega wanting more, and Zanetti coming in again, and this time wins a free kick. And Batistuta from this range is a very lethal weapon. First under Basile, in fact, made his debut in the World Cup playoff against Australia. So it'll either be Perez or Batistuta. And I've got a feeling that Perez, after all the talking, could well be the man. Shot comes in, and it's just wide. It was Perez. And the Independiente player, who has been the man in training in his 9th cap, was left to it as Batistuta ran away, and it wasn't so far away. In fact, it was side netting. First major chance of the second half. Can Nigeria get the breakthrough that would really open the match up? You just feel that Argentina are more than happy with 0-0. Another free kick to Argentina. He's actually a right back. He likes to play in a more attacking mould, and he's from Boca Juniors. I think the neutrals here would love to see a goal from Nigeria, because that would really force us to see just how good this Argentina side are. At the moment, you get the feeling that they feel unextended. We played an hour, and it's still 0-0. Well, Argentina to score first. I think the task for Nigeria would be a huge one. But it's been a very tight match. Batistuta, well, he was nearly 40-50 yards out there trying to beat Rufai, and even in the prolific form that he is, that was an ambitious effort. But he had no support. Now, Fabbri here had won the free kick. And Ali Bujsaim, the United Arab Emirates official for this one, certainly being kept busy. Here's Chamot. That's a good early cross. Batistuta looks for the penalty. Doesn't get it. Well, he turned in the area, hungry for the decision. And he's regained possession here now. A little bit more lively from Batistuta. Now, a drive comes in, good save from Rufai. Ortega finds the target and Rufai responds with a good save. Corner to Argentina. Ortega got real power in that shot. It was certainly going in. And from just outside the D, Ortega brings out the best in Rufai. Strange looking corner, but Nigeria are able to clear their grounds. It's still 0-0. We played just over an hour in Riyadh. Chamot with a long throw. I wonder whether Nigeria will change their game plan and play a little bit more open to try and gain that opening goal, as Rambert does put in the cross. They're living a little bit more dangerously at the back now. I think already we're seeing signs that Nigeria are just going to leave that extra man open. Amuniki, we have seen him in a more aggressive midfield role. It's a throw into Argentina, who only need the draw, remember. And they gained about 8-10 yards with that maximum. Zanetti, Ortega, Amuniki to beat. Ortega's done well here, and only half cleared. And that's drilled straight into the defence, and a handball given. Well, Perez was claiming it. We know that he's dangerous from that situation. Well, unclear as to what he actually decided upon there, but Rufai knows here that it could be that man Perez again. 5 is Perez, 9 is Batistuta. Batistuta shaping as though he might be the man. I've got a feeling it's going to be Perez, who curls one, hits the bar. Well, Perez has threatened that, and it was so close to Argentina taking the lead. Rufai had no chance whatsoever with that. It was a magical strike that deserved to give Argentina the lead. Brilliant free kick. Rufai was watching the bar save Nigeria. Well, could that be the turning point of the whole match? Well, that was unpopular with the neutrals. Rufai may have been unruffled. Escudero with the free kick. Just signs in the last few minutes that Argentina is stepping up a gear and putting on extra pressure as it drifts out of play. And certainly Perez so close there. with a fabulous strike. Argentina 0, Nigeria 0 it remains, but fascinating for sure. Iroya, he drills one. Now, Benedict Iroya, who's made more sacrifices than most here, as we said, missing his honeymoon to play in the Intercontinental Cup. As a substitution for Nigeria looks imminent. Sam Pam is the player. As away comes Chamot. Free kick goes Nigeria's way. Batistuta heads it on. Argentina have a throw on the near side. They'll be entirely happy with the way things are going. Bassedas, we saw a lot more of in the first half than we have done in the second. Good turn here from Ortega. And it's still Ortega. It's a fine run from Ortega, and that was a good challenge as well. Batistuta! Well, we've said it before, and I'll stress it again. If they are to get the breakthrough, it's almost inevitable it's going to come from him. Well, here, Batistuta making himself room, drilling it just wide. Nigeria 0, Argentina 0. Everything still to play for, but Nigeria need the goal. A draw enough for Argentina to progress. Another free kick. José Antonio Chamot, as it looks like the rest of the Argentine squad prepare to see some of the action. This is Bassedas. Away goes Rambert, drifts inside. Bassedas again, claiming the handball, still Bassedas, and that will beat the strong running Rambert. It'll be a throw to Nigeria. 20 minutes to go. So still plenty of time. One goal for Nigeria would be enough. They've had some good chances. And looks back to the Akoku header, but the closest we've come to goals in the second half have been the strikes from Argentina, Batistuta and Perez. Well, Nigeria have nothing to lose in going for the win because they're going to qualify for the third place playoff, even if they were to lose 1 or 2-0 here. So they might as well go all out in search of the victory, which would take them into the £1 million final. As Zanetti takes the throw for Argentina. Still 0-0, and still Denmark await their finalists. Well, it's a free kick to Nigeria, and certainly there were many there who felt the referee could have played an advantage because Nigeria did have possession. Batistuta really looks so comfortable in the ball. He looks the world-class player on show here. Now a mistake, but a recovery from Fabbri. Ortega. First touch for the substitute, Sampam. Nigeria 0, Argentina 0. If you just joined us, Denmark through to the final on penalties. This is Mutari Momodu, who's warming up. And here was the tackle, the illegal one by Chamot on Siasia. Nigeria can afford to throw caution to the wind, as I said, because there is no difference for them in a draw and a defeat, because they've already guaranteed themselves at least a place in the 3rd and 4th place playoff. Mexico will be the opponents there, so they might as well go for glory as Batistuta heads the ball down. A little curling shot, easy for Rufai to deal with, and once again Rambert was the player involved, and he again looks a big prospect. He scored the first goal under Passarella's new regime against Chile. Zanetti with a half clearance. That's Sampam who finishes off. This is Amoniki, and in comes Hugo Perez, and Argentina now break forward. Should be and is Rufai's. I would imagine they're now certainly play 4 in midfield and leave to just 3 at the back. They could expose themselves to a possible defeat, but on the other hand, they really have nothing to gain from playing for a draw other than the morale factor that they've got one better result than they did in Boston. Earlier, couldn't believe it, but it was a throw nevertheless to Argentina, against Argentina, to Nigeria. Still 0-0, it's tight, but it's fascinatingly poised. Batistuta for Argentina. Here's Bassedas. Ortega. Adepoju and Amadou Shabu, I'm sure just trying to get through to his players and remind them that they need the goal. Not that that will be something most of them need any reminding, but if they could just sneak one, it would set us up for a frantic final few minutes, and it's a free kick to Argentina. The flag's gone up, linesman on this near side. As another substitution is made by, headed away by Iroya. This is Amoniki, still Amoniki. Oh. Chamot loses out there, but in doing so gives away a free kick to Nigeria. You can see now the pace is a little bit more frantic from their point of view. They realise that this result certainly only is of use to their opponents, and despite the fact that they've played pretty well, 0-0 will only count for a place in the 3rd, 4th place playoff. In the end, it'll come down to the goals they scored against Japan, as another yellow card is issued, this time against Amoniki. Well, they managed 3 against Japan, but Argentina had a big advantage of playing them second, I feel. 5-1, they won. Bassedas lost out here, Amokachi. But Bassedas read that so well. Good play from him. He made an error, but recovered superbly. Adepoju. This is Sampam for Nigeria. A chance now to break. It's 2 against 3. And Fabbri did the sensible thing and put it straight out of play. Implored to his players that if it does become tight, Nigeria will throw everything at them in the closing stages, and they do have some highly talented forward players. Can they get a breakthrough in these last 10 minutes of what's been a very tight match so far? Their chances in the second half, one has to be fair, have been only second-rate ones. The best chances that they've had in the match came early, particularly their Koku header, which, had it found the target, I'm sure would have beaten Bossio. They played well in the second half, but haven't really created too many, good chances. Bossio's only had to make comfortable saves. They'll be looking to try and finish strongly and set up a final against Denmark. Otherwise, it'll be Argentina against Denmark in the final on Friday. No free kick. Ten minutes to go. Argentina 0, Nigeria 0. Batistuta. Now, will this be a card for Iroa? So, Ben Iroa, his second yellow card of the competition. He postponed his honeymoon to come here, but now he won't be required for Friday's match and can start all over again. Chamot and Ortega both drifting forward. This time it was Ortega. Remember, Nigeria have to score in the last 10 minutes to deny Argentina a place in the final against Denmark, who've come through a dramatic match against Mexico. They looked to be on their way out until a late equaliser took the games to what we all thought was going to be the drawing of lots. Then the late decision to have the penalties gave us added drama, and Denmark beat Mexico. Well, Mexico having gone out of the World Cup on a penalty shootout to Bulgaria, now find themselves out of the Intercontinental Cup. They're warming up. 13 is Pablo Rochin, one of the Independiente collection of players here. Batistuta always looks dangerous. Bassedas. This is Chamot. All credit to Nigeria, they've defended a lot better than I expected here. Argentina haven't had that many chances, but now Amakachi. Siasia. Can Nigeria get something towards the end? Bossio, acting with a lot more experience than his caps or his age would suggest on this particular occasion. Nigeria only have a few more minutes to save themselves from elimination into the third place playoff. Very spirited first half performance, but Argentina look completely in control in the second. And they're so used to playing these tight matches, and for them 0-0 is a moral victory. With 5 minutes to go, they could even go on and win the match, with Nigeria throwing everybody forward. But it hasn't worked out that way, as the little curling cross from Ortega is comfortably picked up by Rufai. Wonder whether we're going to have some late drama here, like we did in the first game in the final phase of the day, when Mexico looked home and dry and Denmark grabbed a late equaliser to take the game into a penalty shootout, which they won by 4-2. Nigeria have a free kick here. We've 4 to go, but a little bit of stoppage time, and I think he might be quite generous with the stoppage time. Leroy lucky to get the decision there, as Zanetti was supposed to have fouled him. Well, there's a couple more chances maximum, I feel, for Nigeria. They've got to make one count if they're to reach the final. Argentina, as I said, have looked fairly comfortable, apart from the set pieces, where the big rugged Daniel Amokachi has always looked dangerous to try and trouble Bossio in goal. Still 0-0, and still hope for Nigeria, but it's now becoming more hope than anticipation. Even if they do go out, they can take great heart from the fact they've held this side, because Argentina look a very useful outfit, very tight, and are going to be a big threat in the next World Cup, which is 41 months away. So there's a lot of preparation to be done from Passarella's point of view, but the chances to see Argentina will come again, I would imagine, as hosts, well, as defending champions in the Copa America. Will be able to pick up the best of their action in Uruguay. They won that in Ecuador 19 months ago, and with the strength of this side, I anticipate they are going to be one of the stronger teams in this year's Copa America, which again features the best of the South American countries, and this year is held in Uruguay. Batistuta then with a fine through ball, easy for Rufai, but as time runs out, and Rambert had the effort, it needs to be down the other end if we're going to see anything really dramatic. Free kick to Nigeria. Well, maybe 40 yards, but those of you who recall great late moments in football, and there's none more dramatic really than Amokachi in the World Cup against Greece. We were in stoppage time and he produced a power driver. It wasn't from a free kick situation, but who knows? It has been from set pieces. And Bossio certainly will have a little nervousness amongst himself, as the free kick is wasted completely. And Amokachi won't be happy about that. Or was that the last realistic chance for Nigeria? Well, as the clock goes down, it's looking more and more likely as though Argentina are going to reach the final, where they'll play Denmark on Friday. You'll see it live here on Eurosport, 6 o'clock Central European time. It's 5 o'clock in the UK. Archie McPherson will be bringing that one. And I'll be here with the third place playoff, which precedes it. 4 o'clock European time, 3 o'clock in the UK. Free kick to be taken by Sampam. Time against Nigeria now. As I said at the start, the ideal scenario for them would be to take the lead as late as possible because of the way that Argentina were playing, an Argentine point of view. But it's asking a lot for Nigeria to win another crucial match in stoppage time. They've played well, but Argentina have managed to keep out everything that's been thrown against them. And we're now only in the time that the referee wants to add for stoppage time. And if we've got a winner now, it really would be something late and very dramatic. Down goes Ortega, and that's a surprise. Time was of an essence to his side. Rufai then clears. Deep into stoppage time is the one last late chance for Nigeria. Roar from the main stand signifying where the neutral support lies. This set piece throw, it's a deep one into the penalty area. Amakachi looking to try and get something out. He's added nearly 2 minutes. And with the throw for Nigeria, one more chance possibly. There'll be a huge roar in the stadium if they can get a decisive goal. Argentina, one feels, have played for this result, and the Saudis haven't been the greatest fans. Rufai with the clearance, deep into stoppage time. Still playing though, another throw to Nigeria. This will be the last chance. Chamot happy to give away. Now Sampam could well be the man. He's got a long throw. The referee still not blown. One more chance. But in fairness, there have been so few of those for Nigeria in this second half. It's asking a lot. Throw into Nigeria. And every moment of time wasting, Rambert in particular has been guilty of that. The referee is going to allow more time, but there's only a limit to what he can add on, and I would think a minute at the maximum is left. No hurry from Rambert. He does look like this specialist time waster. Clearly been well brought up with Independiente. And again they'll go down, and again it's Perez. Nigeria 0, and Argentina are through to face Denmark in Friday's final.